Second Cup is brought to you by Roswell Park Comprehensive Care Center.
Hey everyone, good morning to you. It's 8 o'clock. What? Oh. It's 8 o'clock on the start of your Thursday. Glad you're with us. Johnny, my boy with a body over here.
What? Johnny, my boy with a body?
Johnny with a body.
What did that sign on that boat say?
Take a leaky in our tiki. It was so funny.
We had the new tiki boat on that's doing the canal, and they have a little, like, I guess it's a porta potty, I don't know, bathroom on the board. And we were watching this in the morning show, and we see the sign, we both start laughing.
We were
I'm like,
cracking
oh my
up.
gosh, that is so funny.
How cool is it to have that kind of an opportunity to have a bathroom on board a party boat like that?
And also that the party boat now is extended to the Tonawanda.
canals.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
super
that.
cool and fun.
Awesome.
Have you ever done one of those tiki boats? We did one.
Yeah, the pedal
We
tours.
did the pedal tours,
This, you really only can have a limited number. I mean, but if you've got a small group of friends and they want to hit the water, this is a great idea.
so much
50
fun.
bucks per person is really what it looked like.
I love all that kind
Pretty
of
awesome.
stuff. Yeah.
Somebody called, I love this comment from Jeanette because she must have been watching this morning.
Morning cover.
We said it was going to be breezy outside.
You know what? Yeah, John, do you mind just popping up the weather just so we can take a look at this? Because I got to tell you, hello Friday.
Yeah.
How
It's gonna be
good does that
comfortable.
look? Comfortable. Back to what we were kind of looking for.
So, Josh must be working downstairs.
Well, what can we expect? I'm on the edge of my seat. Yeah.
Right? Josh, if you can hear us, put it back. But anyway, we were saying it's going to be breezy outside today, and that was Josh's weather word for the day. And I said, oh, if you're a cover girl, it's a great day for you. And you responded perfectly.
Easy breezy, beautiful.
Set it up, and you just hit it out of the park.
Didn't even talk about it ahead of time. I just read your silly little mind.
Tracy, good morning to you. We did the Moon Dance cat boat ride in Buffalo. It was so fun. Also had a bathroom on it. Yeah, see, like the catamarans do, I think, and so does Miss Buffalo. But this is different. This is like a pontoon, basically, that's just been set up to look like a tiki.
It's so much fun. It's just fun to get a group of people together and do that. And the one that we did, the pedal, like, I don't think our pedals actually did anything.
No,
right?
absolutely
They're just like,
not.
yeah, pedal, good job, guys. You're doing so quick.
To your point, though, Katie, Peter, with those temperatures, praise the Lord, he says, hallelujah.
So what Josh was saying, too, is that breezy, atmosphere is going to take away that humidity.
Yeah.
That's just been killing all of us.
I don't mind the heat. I really got excited when it was warm outside. And like maybe 90s is too much. I like being during the summer hot because I think that, we wait all year for it to be, frankly above 30.
My perfect summer temperature is like 78. That's my hot temperature. Perfect.
Okay.
My perfect temperature period, like for outside,
Yeah.
not inside, is like 60. I love it when it's a little cool.
Inside.
I like to wear, no, out.
Oh.
Outside. I like to wear a sweatshirt outside and still feel comfortable.
Sure. Like fall. I get
Yep,
that.
yep,
That makes sense.
Yep. But I mean, honestly, I think a lot of people have just been, my dog, oh my gosh, yesterday strapped on the baby, grabbed Bandit, we all got our harnesses on, and we go out for a little walk. And I was like, Bandit, you can lead the way here because he obviously cannot deal in the heat. You guys heard me tell a story about how Paul had to come pick us up.
Yeah.
And
We won't get into that anymore.
we went 5 houses. And he was like, he stopped. And I go, what are you thinking? And he turns around and walked back home. And I was like, all right.
That's it.
All right. I'm not going to force it.
See, Danielle, I'm with you here. I don't mind the cold, but hate the snow. Like I don't mind the cold, and for as cold as it gets, I like when it gets that warm. You know what I mean?
Well, we're lucky because we get to experience all 4 seasons.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be like living without like snow in the winter. Now, can I deal without the nuisance snow where you're brushing your car off like 2 to 3 inches
so
every
annoying.
day? You're like, come on, enough of this.
Fred, good morning to you. I hope Linda's going to be comfortable with the windows open.
So that's what Josh was saying. Like, you could open the windows tonight and give it like put your fan in the window. It sounds so nice.
I know.
Fresh air, you know?
If it's cold, it may as well snow, Jeff Baker says. Julie says, I've been pretending I'm in Florida. It's too hot.
Yeah, he was saying tropical.
We need rain everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think that we're going to finally get some today, tomorrow, at some point.
There's a chance each day, and then also kind of depends on where you are too.
Danielle says, I'm a summer person, like the heat, but hate the humidity. That's where I am.
Yeah. I
100%.
hope it rains directly on the begonia that my mother-in-law got me because I caught a look of it on my way out the door this morning and I was like, ooh, you need help.
Some water. Again, oh my gosh. Why is water tripping me up? The word water it threw me for a loop this morning, and again it just did. Water.
Julie went shopping yesterday, walking around the air conditioning in the stores. Yeah, see, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice feeling. Mark, just be thankful for our weather, not the Midwest. Yes, absolutely.
Anita, my windows stay closed and air conditioning on until late fall.
Anytime I can open the windows, I open them, especially at night, because I just love fresh air in the house. Even air conditioning, I feel like it gets a little stale. I like the fresh air.
There was a guy who was pulling up. It was really windy last night on the water, and there was a guy who was pulling up with a beautiful boat and docking at the marina, and he was a transient. He was coming from Michigan, I think, looking for a place to tie up for the night.
A transient.
Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
And he wasn't really sure where to go, what to do. And I was like, oh, do you need power to keep everything running? He's like, no, we got the generator, but it doesn't even really matter. We can open the windows. And I was like, wow, that's brave. Last night you would open the windows and sleep on the boat like that? I'd be dying.
It's too hot. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, oh, it's comfortable. Not for me.
Yeah, that's a little hot for me yesterday. But I like it when it's cool overnight and I can get that nice fresh breeze. I like to air out my house.
Can we talk about it on Twitter? I like an even medium, not too hot, not too much snow, but I'm not complaining. And you're right, a little more rain wouldn't hurt garden walk. Yes, it's coming up soon, and my flower bed needs rainwater. It's free.
My mom's been doing a lot of watering lately. And when I'm over there, or like if she's, helping with the baby, we'll do it like, okay, she'll water the front and I'll water the back, or I'll water, if I can like help her sometimes, or someone's watching the baby while the other person waters. But she's got one of those really nice things because she got so many hanging flowers.
Oh, the mist, yeah.
Oh my gosh, the thing that you push. And I'm like, I love this. I'll water anytime. This is great. Yeah.
Kelly says, I agree, Katie. We're closed up all winter. Hate closing up in the summer with AC too. Give me fresh air. Open my windows all day. And I said this before, like I'm an open the window kind of guy in the car when the air is on too.
Yeah. Really? Both of them?
Sometimes.
The environment.
Yeah, whatever.
My dog loves it. So there's a window that he can sit at and look out, and he's got a little window seat. He loves it when you open up the window, even if it's just a little bit,
Yeah.
And he's like, like you can hear him making these noises out the window. It's so cute.
Does it smell like Cheerios? Maybe that's why he's...
I don't know. I think he's just like, even if he's such a big dog, but even if it's like this much space, he gets his nose out there and he's like breathing. I'm like,
so
okay, buddy.
And Amy says, would rather watch my TV, but there's no broadcast, just a Forest computer screen. What are you talking about, Amy?
Watch on my TV, but there is no broadcast, just a Forest computer screen. Yeah, let us know if it's something on our end or what you're experiencing. Do you usually watch on your TV on the app? Is what I'm wondering. If there's an issue there.
Julia, you're talking about New York City. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, I mean there is a lot of flooding down in the tri-state. That's for sure.
Yeah, New Jersey.
Howard says I changed my house furniture around in the spring, so all windows are accessible to open them until the humidity comes around. Okay, so maybe we're not working on streaming here. I don't know. That's a really great point, Jake.
Maybe that's where John just went.
Yeah, he just walked away. I think he's going to
Either
go
that or
check
he's had
that
enough
out.
of us.
Well, probably one or both.
All right, we'll get this figured out.
A couple other things we want to talk about here this morning. Number one, have you ever thought about going on a vacation, but buying somebody else's vacation that they can't go on?
I got to tell you, until we saw this story today, no, I have never thought about that. You?
No.
Right,
But apparently it's a thing. To the extent that people are actually going on these third-party websites and buying up vacations that other people can't go on a discount. I don't love that.
So I totally get that sometimes you couldn't go on your vacation, and I bet that if that something happens, somebody gets hurt, you can't get a house, something happens, can't go. You're not feeling good, whatever. So I guess if you on that end could sell your vacation to somebody else, that's great. I've never been in the position where I'm like, hey, let me just take a vacation next week because this one's available.
Right.
You would have to know far enough in advance for me to be able to buy that.
Okay, so Della says, didn't know about it. Tori says, nope, not doing that. I don't trust it. Julie, no vacation here. Get that 100% too. So here's my whole thing. I mean, when I'm not a third-party shopper anymore.
Not anymore.
And
We had a bad experience.
Exactly. And like, fool me once, you're done. You're out. Make me a fool, you're out.
I'll never forget the phone call that I got from you as you were panicking, driving from Buffalo to Rochester, trying to catch a flight.
Yeah.
And I was sitting with my friends outside. It was it was warm out.
It was the summer.
Yeah. We were sitting outside around like their little coffee table outside, and everybody's like, because I was like taking
Trying to
the
calm
call.
me down.
Right. And they're like, what is happening? And then I like got off the phone and I'm like, oh my gosh, this happened with that. So he like couldn't get this flight in Buffalo. He's trying to get to Rochester so he could get a flight there.
Right.
No dice.
No dice.
Then you call me again. I'm going back to Buffalo.
I was in the back of an Uber.
And by that time, you were trying to go for a weekend.
You're
By the
shot.
time you get there, right? Well, you're gonna come on Saturday, then Sunday. No, it wasn't gonna happen.
So, Kathy says, can't even go on a vacation for me, let alone pay for someone else. Nope. I heard in Florida you can get a cruise vacation for pennies on the dollar.
No, you're a cruiser.
I like cruises. Marguerite says, so many ripoffs out there, I wouldn't trust it. I love cruising because I think it's an affordable vacation if you're trying to get away on a yeah, like
Like
I
a
wouldn't say a
deal,
dime,
like a little
yeah.
deal.
Like it's affordable. You get to see a lot of places, enjoy the warmth.
I
in
don't.
Just a
some
quick
cases.
heads up, because I see a lot of questions about the streaming and everyone just seeing a computer screen. That should be fixed momentarily. So you should be able
thanks,
to see
John.
Second Cup from your phone on our app or on your TV.
What'd you
in
do?
second. What did I do?
You didn't.
Yeah.
You forgot to plug it in, huh, John?
It's always me.
So, right, Anita, I'd really have to research and verify the trip, but would really check the flight.
Yeah.
Sarah likes cruising because it's very affordable for families. We love cruises, and they are the ultimate pampering. I mean, like, you don't have to worry about anything on a cruise.
So here's what I'll say: we have done a few all-inclusives to Mexico, and we have really liked those. I would venture to say, because I've not cruised, that they're probably very much
Very similar.
like cruising, right? That you get
Yeah.
there and everything's all covered.
Yep.
You get lunch at different restaurants. You can get breakfast at the restaurants. So your cocktails are covered.
All you
like,
can drink.
I
which
thought
gets some
I
people
thought
in
saying
trouble.
Your cocktails are covered was a much nicer way to say that. But you've got pool options. There's stuff to do. You could blah blah blah. You could pick your excursions
Right.
there versus like your go into the port or whatever. So I've done that too, and I have to say I think that's reasonable too.
So, bottom line, there are these 3 sites that we highlighted this morning. One had a luxury cruise vacation with Virgin for like a couple of grand compared to the $4,000, I think, that,
That it actually had been.
yeah. I mean, with an extra large balcony and, it's a nice cruise. Like, it sounds like a great time, but I don't know. I'm very hesitant to, and I don't want to say this about a broad brush kind of thing. I'm hesitant,
To
period.
take on somebody else's.
Yeah.
Because here's the other thing. I'm a planner, and I'm making sure everything is specifically what I want it to be. So if I was taking somebody else's on, I'd question their planning,
Sure.
and I'd question,
Well, and then here's the other question. If you're taking their flight or something,
right?
can you get that switch?
I'd worry about it too much for it to be a good deal for me.
Right.
Like, is
I
it worth the
understand.
ulcer I'm going to give myself? When it comes
Probably
to
not.
like worrying about all that stuff, I'd rather just plan it on my own.
But also it's costly for a lot of people. It's a lot of money when you're considering it. And I guess
Yeah.
if you're looking for a way to save some money,
Yeah, and still take that. See, I would take the step down vacation if I was trying to save some money.
Sure.
But if you're trying to still take that top of the line, maybe check it out.
Yeah, might be a
interesting.
good idea.
Let us know if it worked for you.
Speaking of flying, hey, listen to this, and I'd love to hear what you think about this because we just talked about how you can take your shoes off. You don't have to take your shoes off anymore when you're
Right.
going through TSA.
Right.
Now they're hinting at limiting or extending, I guess, how much liquid you can bring on an airplane, which I think is kind of interesting because we're limited to 3.4 ounces.
Yep. And everything comes in those tiny little travel sizes.
Right. But now there are inclinations that the Department of Homeland Security will increase the amount that you're able to bring on the plane with you so that you don't have to pack it in your carry-on.
So again, I have to say, like when it comes to this, plus being able to keep your shoes on, you have to assume that the technology that they have now, like technology advances,
Right.
very quickly at times. And you have to assume the technology they have now is such that they're able to make these changes. They're not just making them without, hesitation or without making sure that they know what is going on. So If it can make it easier for the flying public and still equally safe, I'm on board.
Paula says, I think TSA is looking for trouble. And Paula, I'd love to hear more about your thought. Why do you think that? What is it in particular that you're concerned about?
Are you concerned those safety measures are not going to be met if this happens?
Robert, strip search TSA. Jeanette, until you can BYOB, doesn't matter. So here's my thought. I mean, I wonder, because, so many airlines are also increasing baggage costs, check baggage costs.
Right. So when more people try to carry on.
Right. That like things like hairspray, like sunscreen, all of this stuff adds weight to your luggage.
Yes. And I will say, when it comes to things like hairspray and sunscreen, when you're like, okay, I don't have the travel versions right now. I have a trip coming up. I'm just going to go put out the money for the travel versions. It can get a little expensive.
No doubt.
Because you're buying all these minis of everything.
And that they're actually almost in some cases as expensive as the regular size product.
Because I just was looking at some of them, and the one little mini hairspray was like $6.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
And it's little.
Right. Okay, so here's Paula's answer to my question. Tell me exactly what you're thinking, Paula. She says, show me what's changed to support the decision to change the liquid boundaries.
Right. Totally. Although maybe, and I don't know, maybe this is just how my mind thinks, maybe they don't show what's changed. Maybe they say it. Maybe they say they have better safety, but they don't specifically show it because whenever people find out something, they're going to try to skirt it in some capacity, right?
Yeah, and here's the thing.
Although I get your point.
Are you concerned then about safety, Paula?
I think that's what she's saying. Peter says I'm okay for the TSA changes. Keep shooting liquids and luggage. Right, as long as the safety standards are equal.
Right. Connie says, I save all my mini bottles and refill except hairspray and mousse.
Right.
I
have those little plastic ones too that are like the travel
Target.
kind. Yeah, so I'll like refill with shampoo and stuff like that. But
this again is just a hint that this might be coming. It's not necessarily.
So don't be packing all your water bottles.
Exactly.
Katie and Ed said it was okay. Here's my bottle.
Jeanette says the empty travel approved bottles, we use them for everything.
Yeah.
I hate when you have to throw things out that you don't realize, like the hairspray, for instance. Like you buy a full-size hairspray that you just have to pack in this happened to me also.
I know.
I had a lot of stuff. That one cruise that I went on.
Tell everybody why it happened to you.
Because, so here's the thing. Remember what happened? It was weather. Weather related. I was supposed to leave much later in the day and then wound up having to leave much earlier because of weather. I got the last flight out before everything was canceled.
So So you changed your own flight to try to get there earlier.
But I don't think that I had packed early enough. So I wasn't ready to go. So I just threw everything in my backpack and threw everything in my luggage.
And then by the time he got to the airport, he couldn't check his bag.
Right. And so
then TSA was like, nope.
Right.
Nope.
And there was a lot of stuff in
sunscreen.
there.
Nope.
Right.
Then you go on a trip with no sunscreen. You're like, I got to buy all this stuff there now.
Thank God I got down to Florida and my aunt took me to CVS and lo and behold, I got everything I needed. Kim says, when we went on vacation a few years ago, my whole family went through security. We got on the plane. They made a mistake. Oh, excuse me. I can't see.
It made my whole family get off the plane, go through security again. We asked why. They gave no answer.
Well, that's weird. Mark says they're cutting everything with the federal government. They don't have any facts to back it up.
I think that's Paula's comment too. Concern for safety. I think Americans continue to be a target for certain individuals.
Though Anita says technology has improved, I doubt that TSA is setting themselves up for failure.
Interesting.
Kathy, go to Walmart. They have all those toiletry travel sizes in one aisle and that they're cheap.
See, I end up at Target so much more because it's closer to me.
Right, me too. Walmart, like for what it's worth, is a suburban thing. It doesn't feel like
here, yeah.
I think in most places too. Like I don't think.
Yeah, how many Walmarts do you see in a city? It's
right.
usually Target.
Exactly.
I like a Walmart trip every now and then because remember I used to price track there. We used to price track at Walmart, and I found that sometimes their online prices didn't match what was in the store, so I would go.
Right.
And they have some good deals there. I'm pretty sure Paul needs those Dickies pants for work. And I think Walmart sold them. So I found them there.
That makes sense.
And I think Target might sell them too. Now I'm trying to remember. I'd have to Google it, but then I have to lean forward.
I think a lot of people use those for uniforms, right?
Yes, yeah. It's like those work Dickies.
Yeah.
And there's 1,000 different kinds of them.
Well, and it's great that, you can buy them at a low cost, right, at these places.
Yes.
In theory.
Yes, because sometimes you forget to think ahead, and you're like, I need those tomorrow, and then your wife is like,
Speeding to Walmart. Speaking of safety and security, how about this? Well, before that, here's Peter's comment. I say with the advancement of technology, let's see what happens. And if there are concerns, take a step back. Right. You can always backtrack, I guess.
You see how advanced technology has gotten so many other regards.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think about like all the AI stuff that's happening now, and like you have to assume,
Yeah, no
it's
doubt.
being utilized in some capacity.
With safety and security, there were a lot of questions about what was going on Buffalo's east side when it comes to the.
You
That's a
guys,
good deal.
Mark and Sherry, thank you. Gabe's and Ollie's. I'll be checking that out for sure.
Good stuff. Cheap. I thought Ollie's closed.
Oh, no, it's still open.
Big Lots closed.
Yes, you know what? But not all of them.
Got
Some
it.
of them. You know what I buy to? You know what I buy? You know what I buy at Ollie's? Curtains. Like if you need cheap, just like cheap curtains for your window. You know, if you're not looking for something too crazy, too fancy.
Sure.
Window treatments can be crazy expensive if you buy really nice ones.
So anyway, there was a situation at Tops where, or outside Tops on Jefferson Avenue, where two people were arrested for having a ghost gun, and the police commissioner was literally buttoned up at the mouth, didn't say a word about this, and that caused a lot of problems. And he's admitting this morning that he made a mistake by not holding a press conference, by not giving the public information, which created a lot of angst and concern within the community.
So one of the things we were saying is, no matter where you live, right, you get this little community around you, and people talk about stuff that happened, right? Like whether you're in Hamburg, Buffalo, Orchard Park, wherever, Lewiston. Like, so what I almost think scares people more is when the rumor mill starts.
Sure.
Like Ed saw something happening at the Tops. What was happening? Ed, someone heard something. And then it starts, it's like that game Telephone.
Absolutely. And then it catches like wildfire, which really, I mean, becomes a problem.
And so realistically, what the police commissioner was saying happened was like, listen, these two guys got arrested. It was nothing related to the mass shooting, but you can certainly see how that would be scary.
Della's Point heard about it in the streets, not on TV.
So then when you hear about it on the streets, right, then you're like, let me turn on the news to see what actually happened. And then when you don't see it, you're like, okay, what's going on?
So this becomes a problem for the Buffalo Police Department. And the problem is that Al Wright didn't think to hold a press conference about this. And even if he did, the reality is he didn't hold it.
Right.
And so he let the community sit in this concern for so long before taking control of the narrative. And this becomes a little bit of a problem within the department where, you know, you lose trust in the people who are supposed to be caring for your safety.
Right. So Anita says a poor choice on his part.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, though. Oh, I think as we kind of Monday morning quarterback that, yes, he's relatively new to the position. Now he's been in the department for a long time. Is this a learning experience? Will we take this as a learning experience and say, okay, the next time something happens, I need to almost look beyond the individual thing that happened, right? Because the individual thing that happened could happen
Anywhere,
anywhere,
sure.
anytime. Okay, these two guys got it. But do I need to look at the bigger picture here? And then am I learning from this?
So Della says it's unfair to the community. Lori says there needs to be transparency. Though Julie, on the other hand, says there's always guns around there. Is that something new?
So maybe it's the context here, like we say so many times.
Yeah.
The context is what matters here.
I mean, people, and Julie, I appreciate your comment here, but here's the thing. When we're talking about Tops and we're talking about that community in particular, we're talking about this East Side community around Jefferson, Landon, Riley, Utica, all of those areas are still dealing with so much fallout from what
Right.
happened 2 years ago and 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is insane. They're still dealing with hurt. They're still dealing with anxiety. They're still dealing with the insecurity, knowing that somebody came into their community and hurt them.
Because they were targeted for, you know,
Right.
and so when you hear something like that, you think, are we being targeted again? That's what's scary, right?
Absolutely.
And so I think that now this hopefully will be kind of like a learning curve, like something like if something like this happens, like let people know. I have to say, I'm the kind of person who would rather know than not know.
Well,
you know?
and right, that's exactly it. Like, you can't gatekeep that kind of information and then
Yeah.
expect everyone to just be like, okay, Alfonso, right? Yeah, you're fine. That's not what happens.
And even when you see police cars down your street or down where, don't you always think, oh, I hope I find, what happened? I hope,
Right.
because you want to know, like, is somebody being helped or is something else happening that I should know about?
Mark, I'm so glad that you are an involved citizen here, right? Because you're right.
Yeah.
Every single council person was pissed, especially Zanetta Everhart, who, her son was working in the Tops that day that this, allegedly happened, but was also in the Tops. He was shot and survived. So you can imagine this hits home for her and is like, this is her community. So you've got to step up. Whether you like being in front of the cameras or not, you have a job to do.
Or put somebody into that position. Sometimes it's not the chief of police or the police commissioner in this case who does the media outreach. Sometimes they designate someone in the department. So designate somebody and have that person be the person, but just the information needs to get out there because without facts, people get scared.
Right.
And Della's point, hearing it from somewhere else, like, why am I not hearing this from?
Well, and was it FDR who said the only thing that we have to fear is fear itself?
Well, I totally understand how, like, if you're hearing rumors coming from, and again, by the time it went from John to Ed to Katie to somebody else, it can get changed.
Right. It takes on a new life.
Yeah, it gets scary.
Also, just to kind of lift the curtain for you, which is the problem here, there is no spokesperson for the City of Buffalo Police Department. In fact, the one person who speaks on behalf of the City of Buffalo Police Department is also the one person who speaks on behalf of the City of Buffalo, i.e. the acting mayor. So
like the mayor's office and the police department have the same spokesperson.
Which is a conflict of interest. You can't have, it's like the wolf watching the hen house kind of thing. So there's, when you're trying to control a narrative, you need an independent person to kind of say, here's what's going on.
So one thing I can say from working in other cities is that I have seen in other cities different spokespeople. And at times those spokespeople disagree with one another.
Absolutely.
As you can imagine, like in budget time or, something that happens. Although our city has operated this way for a long time. So
it's a holdover from the Byron Brown era of things. Kathy says there will always be people on guard when shopping there. It's natural to be aware and heighten your senses if you shop there. Though Della says, I can't shop there anymore. And then Anita bluntly says every entity in the city should have a designated public relations person. You said it, Anita. You said it. We as people, the way things are now, we have to know everything that's going on around us. It's a daily thing now. Jeff Baker says he obviously realizes he made a mistake and apologized. I'd say he won't make that mistake again. Time will tell.
well, okay, and I will say, to his credit, he
Owned up to it.
Well, right, and I was gonna say, there were schedules crossed. Like at first, he didn't apparently show up for this meeting. Then does show up, but it was a scheduling thing. Like, it's not like I don't think he was trying to avoid it. Certainly didn't seem like it because then he came down and was there. So, right, to his credit, he owned up to it, and he was like, "Listen, this is gonna change." I didn't call a press conference. I probably could have. Maybe I should have. So, like you said, time will tell.
Hey, guess what? Tomorrow's Friday.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Are you excited?
Yeah, because I told you the weather's going to be amazing.
Actually, you're right.
I'm a meteorologist now.
I make fun of Russ all the time because he thinks he knows the weather all the time.
Please. We used to call my dad Doppler Dad.
Oh,
Because
my
he'd be like,
God.
every time he goes, let me check the Doppler.
Exactly.
Let me check the Doppler.
I often tell him, calm down, meteorologist Russell Anthony. It's his stage name. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.